Coming up on The Shield, jazz music once again invades the Valpo campus.
And students go silent for gay rights.
So the biggest question on everyone's mind is, when will it get warmer? I'll have the answer to that and more coming up in my complete forecast.
The women of Valparaiso University participated in this year's Vagina Monologues. I'm Molly Smirka.
And I'm Justin Thompson-Gee. That story is first here on The Shield. Vagina Monologues, a show which started in 1996, made its yearly stop here at Valpo last weekend. The show is directed and acted by members of Valparaiso's students, faculty, and staff. The event has gained popularity over the years with members of both sexes at Valpo. The show deals with many women's rights and goes in depth on some uncomfortable topics. The purpose of the event is to open up discussion about women's rights and some of the atrocities committed against them.
Northwest Indiana was sure to take notice of this year's Jazz Fest, with several local school bands sharing the stage with some of the nation's most recognized jazz musicians.
All last week, Valparaiso University was down with the blues. Jazz Fest was back for its 26th consecutive year. Held every night for 6 days straight, some of the finest young musicians from Northwest Indiana, as well as nationally renowned professionals, graced the ballroom stage. Some of the best middle and high school bands took that stage early on in the week, with Valpo's own jazz band performing last Tuesday, and special performances by Vincent Gardner and the Ramsey Lewis Trio took the 26th annual Jazz Fest to a whole new level. If you missed Jazz Fest this year, there's no need to worry. The event has been growing ever since its inauguration when it was just a one-day event. So there's no question that Jazz Fest will be back next year, bigger and better than ever. Reporting for The Shield, I'm Thomas Patrick.
The yearly event spanned all ages, from middle school teenagers to Ramsey Lewis, who will turn 76 this May.
Eta Sigma Pi, the Classics Honor Society, went back to their roots this weekend with a toga party. Prizes were awarded for best costumes, and only the first 100 students wearing togas were allowed into the event. Little Caesars served complimentary pizza, and Bacchus Gamma provided mocktails.
The final main stage production for the theater department took place this weekend. For more, we go to Shield correspondent Manny Rathjen.
Over the weekend, the Valparaiso Theater Department put on the musical Floyd Collins, the true story of a miner who got stuck in a cave he was exploring. The musical chronicles him getting trapped, as well as efforts to save him and the media circus that ensued from the national sensation of his getting stuck. The entire show was an emotional roller coaster, from laugh-out-loud moments with over-the-top reporters, to cynical chuckles at the sheer madness of it all, to tears at the death at the end of the show. But the actors pulled off a consistent performance, eliciting emotion from what could have been a very bland show. Many were skeptical at the idea of a show based off a man sitting stuck somewhere, but director Lee Orchard managed to pull it off with staging techniques and clever timing.
Beyond that, I think one of the reasons why the show may experientially not seem as long as it might be just on the clock is because there's so much going on. It goes to all these different locations. There's all kinds of interesting lighting effects that are being used. There were like 160 light cues that happened in the show, so it's visually moving all the time. There's multiple storylines happening, so it's not just about what's going on with Floyd, it's about what's going on with his sister. There's the whole subplot of Skeets Miller and the media circus that rises up around the Floyd Collins story. So I think because you've got multiple stories, you've got lots of interesting visual things going on, because even the music itself is so stylistically eclectic. I mean, you've got an aria that begins the show with one character singing it for 20 minutes, and then you've got musical theater, musical comedy, trios with the reporters singing. I think with all those, different elements in the play, it makes it go quick.
While some did complain about the length of the show, which ran a total of 2.5 hours with a 10-minute intermission, the actors were still able to capture the attention of those not addicted to checking their Facebook every second. For The Shield, I'm Mandy Rathjen.
The Metal Children, a student-directed show, will be the department's final show for the year. It will take place on Friday and Saturday, the 29th and 30th of April. The event is free for all and open to the public.
We're going to go ahead and take a quick break.
When we come back, we will have more local news and sports and a look at the rest of this week's weather.